Morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Right now at 6, UConn Health has plans to make a bid to buy Waterbury Hospital. So in just a few minutes, Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is going to join us to give us a detailed breakdown of how lawmakers are reacting to that. Well, good morning to you and happy Thursday. We're glad you're starting your Thursday off with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Bureau. I hope your morning is off to a great start. Weather-wise, things are looking good. Feeling a lot like summer out there. We love that. We want to keep it going. Rachel Piscatelli, you think we will the rest of the week?
I think we will.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
cool.
Dry,
Check.
nice, and it's going to feel comfortable. Over the weekend, though, a little bit different, a little bit more in the way of some fall feels out there. So maybe you want to go apple picking or start decorating for fall. Saturday, Sunday, you're really going to get into at least the fall spirit. Over in Hartford right now, we have a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage at 62 degrees. We're gradually going to see these clouds decrease, and our winds right now are out of the north to northwest around 5 miles per hour. A little bit more in the way of cloud coverage this morning as temperatures are in the upper 50s to the low 60s, the mid 60s from New Haven down into Bridgeport at 66 degrees. So at the bus stop, it is dry. We don't have to worry about any rain. You can leave the umbrella at home. Today, we are going to start off with that cloud coverage for the bus stop at 60 degrees. Recess will likely be outside with high temperatures later on today, up around 80 to about 82 degrees, depending on where you are, with a lot of sun around this afternoon. 81 in New Haven, 82 in Wallingford, 82 degrees in Haddam, southeastern Connecticut, in the middle to upper 70s. Heading through the day tomorrow, it's another mostly sunny day. We're back up to near 80 degrees as we head into this upcoming weekend. There's those numbers that feel a little bit more like fall in the low 70s, so a little bit below average. We'll talk about where we go from here. Your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning, we are following a disabled tractor trailer in Meriden this morning on 91. So there is a little bit of a delay because of it. It is blocking the right lane again on 91 northbound out by exits 18 or so. Other than that, our drive through the Capitol looks fine. We do have various road work across the state, but Windsor to the 84 interchange looks okay this morning at 3 minutes. New Britain out to the Hartford Tunnel is 5. A little bit of a delay as the volume starts to build over in Fairfield County this morning, which is pretty standard. Bridgeport into Fairfield is around 9 minutes. Trumbull into Westport is around 16. Erica.
Rachel, thanks so much. 6:02 right now, and the search is on to find whoever stole a truck and crashed it into 2 police cruisers. This happened in East Hartford. Fox 61's Joe Monty is close to where it happened and is getting us up to date.
Good morning. I'm across the street from Pratt & Whitney headquarters in East Hartford where the crash took place. We're told by police that last night an Army recruiting truck was stolen and was crashed into 2 police cruisers. I'm going to step out of the way and show you the area of where the accident happened. This is the area of 400 Main Street. Police are still looking for the person who stole the truck. We're working to find where the Army truck was stolen from exactly and where the truck was found. And if anyone was hurt, I'm working to have more information for you in the coming hours later this morning. For now, in East Hartford, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
All right, Joe, appreciate that. Thanks. Connecticut lawmakers are responding to UConn Health's plan to make a bid to buy Waterbury Hospital. They say they have concerns about the proposed deal, and this is just one of 3 hospitals UConn Health has been eyeing to buy. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle joins us live in studio with what the state wants to see come out of the deal. Good morning, Glenn.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget. The deal for Waterbury Hospital alone could cost up to $500 million, and UConn Health is still eyeing up those bids for the 2 other hospitals, Day Kimball Hospital in Putnam and Bristol Hospital. However, 6 senior lawmakers are raising red flags on UConn's bid for Waterbury Hospital when it comes to the state assuming some of the debt required to pull off the purchase. Now, Waterbury Hospital is still owned by Prospect Medical Holdings, which filed for bankruptcy in January. In the 8 months since then, Prospect has had some trouble getting some of its assets off the books. Connecticut lawmakers have shown overall support for the deal, but they're questioning whether or not the current proposal is financially sound. The plan could have UConn take on Waterbury Hospital's debt without the state's help. In a letter to UConn's board of Republican and Democrat lawmakers, they said in part, quote, "We have concerns about the terms of the proposed deal, particularly the possibility that it could proceed without a firm commitment from the state to assume the debt required to make it viable. The long-term stability of success of both Waterbury Hospital and UConn Health serve the public interest, and for that reason, we can only support an acquisition and renovation agreement if it includes a clear provision for the state to take on the associated debt service." We remain supportive of efforts to strengthen our public health infrastructure and look forward to working together to ensure any final agreement reflects our shared commitment to the people of Connecticut. Now, UConn Health believes if a deal can be reached, that it can recreate the success that it's seen at John Dempsey Hospital, which UConn Health owns. And UConn Health says, according to one of its own surveys, John Dempsey Hospital is most likely to be recommended by patients. And UConn Health says John Dempsey has also been rated among some of the best hospitals in the world. In the studio, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thanks for the update there. A Vernon man turned himself into police yesterday. Hartford police say he shot and killed a man last week. Xavier Soto is being held on a $2 million bond. He has been charged with murder, criminal use of a firearm, and also risk of injury to a child. Officials say that Miguel Alfanez was shot Friday night on Broadview Terrace. He died at the hospital. Investigators have not released details about what happened before the shooting or if the two men knew each other. And Waterbury police identified the man who died in a shooting Monday night. They say Frank Array of Hartford was shot on Charles Street at 7:45. He died at the scene. No one has been arrested so far. Now, you're asked to please reach out to Waterbury police if you can help with their investigation.
6:06, and we continue to learn more about the moments a 17-year-old was hit while crossing the street in Bristol yesterday. We first told you about this as breaking news yesterday morning. Let's take a look at the surveillance video now out of Bristol showing the moment when the incident happened. But because it is too graphic, we can't show the video in full on air. The teen was walking down King Street before crossing when he was hit by the car. You see his backpack on the street there. The teen was taken to the hospital. Police say the driver stayed behind on the scene, is cooperating with investigators. Those who live in the area say they aren't surprised something like this happened along that stretch.
It's busy and a lot of speeding up and down the street because we walk every day.
The teen's name won't be released because of his age, but we do know he's in stable condition, so good news there.
6:07 now, and a house taped off with crime scene tape. Schools forced to delay dismissal, and neighbors were told to stay inside of their homes. All of that happened in Windsor yesterday.
Yeah, police confirmed a person was inside a home. This happened on Matthew Lane. They wouldn't come out. Fox 61's Annette Montgomery spoke with neighbors and students as they shared more about what happened.
Shots have been fired. Stay inside. That's what one neighbor says police told her Wednesday. She lives right next to this home that is surrounded with crime scene tape, and she describes the family who lives inside as a nice family and says they always wave when they drive past her home. That's why she tells me it was tough seeing one of those family members get taken out on a stretcher, handcuffed.
I saw somebody come out of the house. They took a stretcher down there from one of the ambulances, and he came out and he had handcuffs on. And he got on the stretcher and they took him away in the ambulance. One of the sons that lives there.
After 45 years of living on Matthew Lane in Windsor, Wednesday afternoon not only brought sights.
I came and looked out the window and then I saw police everywhere with guns, rifles. One was lying across the street there on the ground, faced the house. There was another one over there, both facing the house with their guns. It was scary. And so many police they all had rifles, all of them.
But the day also brought sounds Josephine Holzert never expected.
I heard the shot because I was out here talking to him and I said, can I come out? He says, no. He said, you can't come out right now. And then we heard, as I was talking to him, there was the shots fired. He says, no, shots fired, you cannot come out.
Police confirm a person would not come out of their home on Matthew Lane. Schools in the area like Windsor High School decided to delay dismissal.
I got out 2 hours late.
This spread the fear from Holzert's neighborhood to students who live and go to school nearby, like Siobhan Sewell.
The principal notified us that we're going to be doing a safe school procedure. We didn't know what was going on. People were scared, nervous. One of my peers in my class, he is on Facebook and he's seeing these updates about SWAT team and activity going around here.
For now, those online updates are all neighbors are relying on.
I feel very sad about it because obviously something happened. It's a very quiet street. Nothing happens on my street in 45 years.
Students and neighbors in the area tell me they've received little to no information about what happened here. But as soon as we get any more information, we'll update you on air and on Fox61.com. In Windsor, Annette Montgomery, Fox 61.
Thank you. Here's a good question here. Should teachers have a dress code? Right now, Torrington Public Schools only has rules for students, but the board is now considering changing that. It's not the first time the school board has tried to expand the dress code to include teachers and administrators. The first attempt was more than 2 decades ago. Some school board members say they're in favor of expanding the rules, and they're concerned about safety and potential distractions. A new employee dress code could be implemented at all Torrington public schools. If approved, the proposal was discussed at a meeting last night. The co-chair of Torrington's Board of Ed, Edward Corey, says the goal of this proposal is to build a more professional learning environment.
We don't want folks to come into work looking like they just roll out of bed. So we wanted to just put it to paper, what is acceptable attire for our employees and cafeteria workers, custodians, paraeducators. It kind of covers everybody.
Corey says some restrictions would include a ban on hooded sweatshirts and ripped jeans. Another hot topic, sneakers. School officials say they got emails from teachers who say they reach for the sneakers for safety purposes and also comfort. I understand that. Yeah. Republican leaders at the Capitol have raised some questions about the state investing in the Connecticut sun. House and Senate Republicans say taxpayer dollars should not go toward the WNBA team. Leaders Vincent Candelora and Stephen Harding, as well as top Finance Committee members, plan to share their concerns in Hartford this morning at 11:30. They say Connecticut needs to focus on fixing its pension fund first, not putting money into a professional sports franchise. Meantime, the Connecticut Sun announced yesterday that season tickets for next year are on sale now. They start at $330 until the end of this year's WNBA playoffs. Season tickets include exclusive member benefits, access to team and member events, and payment plans. Single game ticket information is going to be released over the next few months.
And if you can make it out to the Manchester area for their annual road race this Thanksgiving, don't worry, there's also a virtual option. Once you pay the $30 registration, you can download a GPS-enabled app on your smartphone and run the race from anywhere in the world. Your time will be electronically tabulated and sent to road race officials. Keep in mind, though, prizes will not be awarded for virtual runners.